Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyle. So I started this channel because as somebody who's been on a spiritual journey now for the last couple of years, I've definitely learned some things, and I definitely think that there are things that can help other people that are either trying to start a spiritual journey or they're already on one and they just need a little extra guidance, especially for people like me that are just everyday people. I wasn't born with any supernatural skill, so to speak. I don't channel messages or anything like that. But what I've come to learn, though, is that we all possess that ability. Some of us more than others just need to learn to develop it. But this really is just a channel for beginners of their spirituality, journey, so to speak. So a little bit about me is I am a registered nurse. That's what I do by trade. I've been doing that close to 10 years now. You can say it's in my nature to help people. I really enjoy helping people. That's why I became a nurse in the first place. But as of late, I've been really meditating on this. I really feel that my life purpose is to help people, and I want to help as many people as I can. And being a nurse, you're limited to only helping the people that are, directly in front of you, just whatever people you see that day. So I really want to reach out and help as many people as I can. And I really hope that this video reaches as many people as it can and it reaches the right people. And, people join me for this spiritual journey. It's a lot of fun. As far as future videos go, I do plan on touching on quite a few different subjects, manifestation being one. It's not specifically a manifestation channel. There are thousands upon thousands of those on YouTube, and I'm sure you will find one or two or three or 10 that speak to you. This is not strictly a manifestation channel. This really is about spirituality in general and learning to live a spiritual life. So, future videos will touch on different areas, different topics, things like that. So I hope you do consider subscribing. So let's start off with what I think is pretty important, and that is spiritual awakening. So let's talk a little bit about what that is, what that means. Now, I personally think it means something different to everybody. I don't think there's any one clear-cut definition as to what spiritual awakening it is. For me, it means living a more positive life, adopting a more positive mindset. And like they say, living on a more high vibration. My vast majority of my life has been pretty much on a lower vibration. I'm not going to lie. I had a lot of anger growing up, and well into my adulthood. And it was a pretty dominant emotion for me. It wasn't really until I started doing a lot of spiritual work and a lot of, dealing with my shadow side, which will be a future video, that I really started to learn to put that to the side. It is no longer a primary emotion, for me. Now it's a very last emotion for me. But it is something that you need to learn to live with. So if somebody like me, who has spent the vast majority of their life living on a low vibration frequency and has made the shift to live on a higher vibration, you definitely can do it too. I would definitely love to help you along with that as well. So when we talk about raising our vibration, what exactly are we talking about? Well, as living beings, we are consciousness. That's exactly what we are. And as energetical beings, we emit vibrational frequencies. okay? You think about any kind of energetic field. It all deals with energetical frequencies. So as such, if we want better things for our lives, if we want a better life, well, we need to raise our vibration and live on a higher vibration, because that's where the good things are. The lower vibrational frequencies, that's easy to get into. That's, anger, jealousy, self-doubt, things like that. Those things are going to keep you in a lower vibrational state. And when you're there, you're just going to attract things that are on that frequency. Things like depression, things like loneliness, think of any bad thing, really. And that's what you're going to attract. So if you're on that frequency, if you're on the lower vibration, like I was for many years, and you want better things, well, you have to become a better person. You have to become a different person than the one that you are currently now. So let's talk about how we awaken. For me, it was just a feeling, honestly. It was a feeling inside of me that I knew that I needed to be living a better life. Not even, in fact, needed to be living a better life, but it was calling me to live a better life, to be a happier person. Like I said, many years I experienced anger, and I was tired of it. I just really got tired of it. It does something to you internally every time, and I got sick of it. So also at the time, I was going through a pretty rough time of my life. It wasn't the roughest, but it was up there. It was really up there. And I finally realized, and I had this feeling that, things are going to start turning around. Things are going to start turning around. And that involves me being a different person. And so the more I looked into it, the more, videos I watched, books I read, things like that, I keep coming back to this, spiritual awakening. Now, it's not something like, oh, you know what, I want to become spiritually awake and now I'm like having visions and all this other thing. That's not what it is. You're not going to become Buddha overnight just by awakening, okay? So spiritual awakening just really means becoming self-aware, realizing that you are the creator of your reality. Everything that is in your environment, everything that is in your reality is a reflection of the thoughts you have, the beliefs you have, everything like that. So, like I keep saying, if you want something better, something bigger, something different, you can't be the same person. You have to live a better life, and that involves having a more positive mindset. So how do we raise our vibration? How do we get on that better frequency? One of the best ways I've found, is through meditation. And a lot of people have some misconceptions about meditation. And, meditating, it's not that difficult. It really isn't. I thought I was that one person that was like, oh, okay, meditating, that means I gotta go sit and be like Buddha, and I can't think about anything, can't hear anything, and then God's just gonna magically speak to me through my head. Of course, that never happened. But I just needed to learn how to do it right. And really, all you have to do is sit and be with yourself. You're not going to block out every thought, but what you need to do is sit back, observe those thoughts, detach from those thoughts, and say, okay, I see you're here. I'm going to let you go because it's not for my highest good right now. And you need to look at where those thoughts are coming from as well. Once you do that, and it's going to take some practice, I'm not going to lie, guys, it does. I still have days where I'm like, can't get in the zone. But it comes. It really does. And through meditation, you really do just learn to sit and be with yourself. And that's hugely important because you have to learn about where your self-limiting beliefs are coming from, where your self-limiting thoughts are coming. So meditating isn't always just sitting in a silent room with your eyes closed. One of the best ways I've found, yes, I do that, but another thing I do is just spending time out in nature. Find a park, go for a walk, and just be in nature. Especially if you're like me, if you're an earth sign like me, you love being in nature. And even if you can't get to a park, like there's days I get off of work and I come home and I live in a suburb and it's pretty busy, and my apartment is a block off of a very busy road, actually two busy roads. So when I go for a walk, I go in this big, square basically, and it takes me along two very busy roads. So you might think, well, where's the nature in that? Well, there is nature there. You just have to see it and you have to appreciate it. There's beautiful trees that are planted along the way. There's flowers that are planted along the way. We have our little, I live in Florida, so we have our little lizards that run around down here. They're running around. And then an area that goes down one of the busy highways here that I have to walk down, there's marsh area all the way down it, and there's ducks that live in that marsh area. So you just look at the nature that's around you, and it's easy to get connected to it. And when you're out there doing your walk, you spend some time with yourself. When you do that, you'll be surprised. If you do it over and over again, you'll be surprised at how God does talk to you. God really does talk to you. God, source, spirit, whatever you want to call it. God's always talking to us. We just need to shut up and listen. And we need to figure out how to listen. And you do that through meditating. At least I do. And I really enjoy the time that I do meditate. I really do. I get up from meditating as a different person than I went into it. I love it. It's very freeing. The second biggest way we're going to raise our vibration is through a thing called I am statements. Now, if you've been on your spiritual journey, if you're just starting out and you're just starting your research, I'm sure you've heard of these things. And so what I want to talk about is just how important they are. It's really important in changing your self-concept. If you're trying to be a different person than the person that you are now, these really help you solidify that new belief. So I am statements are simply things of you repeating to yourself or writing down. Things like, I am a loving person. I am loved. I am worthy of being loved. I am wealthy. I am healthy. Things like that. And the more you do these, the more it becomes solidified, or as they say, rewired in your subconscious, and they become more true. Now there's ways to do it, and one of the things I've heard about is things called robotic affirmations. And that's where they say, you need to take these I am statements, like a list of 10 of them, and repeat them over and over and over and over again, throughout the course of your day. I got better things to do. So one way I have found to get around that is every time you say your I am statements, you need to take a couple of breaths like you were going to meditate, become centered, open your heart, and say your I am statements from your heart out into the universe. And to me, doing it that way has really helped ground those statements into new beliefs. And even if you're using them to manifest things, which we're always doing, we're always manifesting, whether you know it or not, we're always manifesting. Saying them from the heart and believing them because they come from the heart, to me makes that manifestation happen much faster. It truly does. Now there's other things involved, but if you're really wanting to rewire your subconscious, as they say, and you're really wanting to become that new person, come up with a list of like 10 different I am statements of describing that person you want to become. And then really take time and say them with meaning and feeling from your heart. And to me, it works faster than just saying something, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am loved, over and over and over and over again. Because if you do it that way, to me, yeah, you're gonna have to do it that way because it's gonna take longer. But like I said, coming from here, from the heart chakra, from your heart, it happens much faster. Now the third way, it's gonna help with your spiritual awakening and for you to live at a more higher vibration. And even though I have it as third, it doesn't mean it's any less important. In fact, I think it's probably one of the most important, and it's something I do throughout my day, all day, every day. And that's practicing gratitude. You want to give thanks to God, source, spirit, whatever it is that you believe. Give thanks for everything. And I mean everything. Even the things you don't have, give thanks for it. If you're trying to manifest a new car, you don't have that car, give thanks for it like you already have it. Expressing gratitude is such a powerful thing. You know, quick story. I mentioned earlier in the video that, I just went through a very, very rough time in my life. And so I moved into this apartment, let's see, it's now August 2024. I moved in here in December of 2024. And I had zero furniture, no bed. I had an air mattress. All my clothes were in suitcases on the floor. My TV was sitting up on a cardboard box. And I had a beat up computer chair that I was sitting in. And I would put my feet up on another cardboard box. But I was grateful for it. I was so grateful for it. And I would talk to my mom or my dad here and there. And of course, my mom being a mom, she's, I'm so worried that you don't have furniture, you don't have a bed, let me help you. And if you know anything about me, I do not ask for help. I absolutely do not ask for help. If I ask for help, it's because I have exhausted all options. I do not ask for help. So, talking to my parents being parents, they're saying, well, let me help you. Let me do this for you. And I'm like, no. I'm like, why? I can't even begin to explain to you how good I am. And they kind of, say like, what? Yeah. I'm like, I have a roof over my head. I have food on my table. I have the ability to pay my bills. I go, everything else is secondary. Oh, I have reliable transportation to my job. Everything else is secondary. All my needs are met. I don't need anything. Do I want a bed? Yeah, of course I do. Do I want furniture? Yeah, of course, it'd be nice. But it's not a need. And so my parents were like, well, yeah, I guess since you say it that way. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I don't need anything. So practicing manifesting and things like that, and I would go into meditation. Yeah, I would like a bed. Yeah, I would like furniture. And I was very specific on what I wanted. I was like, yeah, I would like a brand new king size bed. I want brand new furniture. And fast forward to, I think it was the end of June, I go and check my mail, and there's a check in there for $5,000. I mean, you can't tell me this stuff doesn't work. You cannot tell me this stuff doesn't work. So yeah, now I have an apartment full of brand new furniture. I have that brand new king size bed. It's just amazing to me. And for me, it all came from just practicing gratitude for the things that I did have. If you are happy and be thankful for the things that you have, better things are going to come. So anyways, guys, I know this is my first video. I'm sure it's horrible. I promise I will get better as I go. I really hope this helped you. I really hope this video reached the people it needed to help. If it did, please give me a big thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. I am going to do a video every week. I'm going to be talking about things along my spiritual journey that I really hope will help you. I really do. I mean that from my heart. So I want to thank you guys again, and I wish you nothing but love and light. Thank you, guys.